So we've been drawing a lot of different things this year. One of the last things we did was a three-dimensional slice of pie with value, and the value in art is darker and lighter when a color or a tone gets darker or lighter. Another way to make something look three-dimensional is to use dark and light of a similar color. So if red and yellow makes orange, you can make it lighter, meaning more yellowish at the top and a deeper red at the bottom with more orange in the middle. So that is not a finished piece, but this one was close to being finished. So we're going to show the light shining. That means you have to pretend that there's a light somewhere and it's shining from one direction, kind of like this. See, the shine is kind of on the same spot, and it follows the curve of the apples. So that's what we were doing here, except this I use copier paper. Copier paper is more difficult to blend colors with. We did some grapes, a table, and a wall. You are going to take this one step further by showing more three-dimensionality, showing it to be more three-dimensional by either making a table that shows the side being darker in value and color, a vase or a cup or a jug or something that would also show shadows where it curves under and lighter parts where it comes out or where it's on top. So the top of the table is lighter. These are by Picasso, and this one, same. You can see the lighter shade of a color at the top. And the table is three-dimensional because you see the front comes down. Here's the line. It's a little abstract, so it's hard to tell. And there is the side of the table, and there's a jug. So if you want to make it a curved table, you can just make a curved line. There's a cup. You can go back to the video and freeze it on any of these that you might like to. For example, if you wanted to do a table like this that looks three-dimensional, I'm actually going to draw that in my demonstration, but it also has a basket and a pineapple and a skinny vase, and it also shows a window and something here. I don't want to give too much away. I want you to look at it and see it for yourself. So you'll start with a pencil, and I'm going to make the kind of table that was in this Matisse picture. So that means I'm going to start with a horizontal line that does not go from end to end. It can be longer than this. It could even be shorter, but I'm making it this big. Maybe a little bigger. I just changed my mind. And then on each side, I'm going to make a diagonal line, kind of the same way. And then where that ends, on both sides, a line across. So that's how a table looks, because it gets shorter as it goes further away and wider as it's closer to you. And then if there's a tablecloth, it would hang down. But if it's a table that just shows wood under it, you can draw a little piece and the legs showing. You could also show the legs under the tablecloth if there's room. And you would make a darker value on the side like that, right? If you can see it, I can't tell. Okay. So that's how you can do a three-dimensional table. Now with the tablecloth, don't do it first. But if it had stripes, the middle one could be straight, and then it gets more diagonal the further away from the middle. And then if it's a hanging down tablecloth, it wouldn't go like that. Okay, this is what makes it look more three-dimensional, that the front is hanging down. Okay, this is just a quick sketch, guys. Okay, doesn't look exactly the way I would have it. So you don't do the pattern on the cloth first. Okay, and there's a tablecloth. So now you decide what you would like. Would you like a glass? I do want you to put some fruit, so you know how to draw an apple as a simple fruit, but make sure you do a little letter U on top so it looks like it's really going into the space where the stem comes out. It's not just stuck on the end of the skin, right? And then if you would like to do a pear, it's kind of like a letter U at the bottom. Now, there are examples of all of these fruit in the slides by other artists, and I will make sure that there are apples in the slides too. Okay, I need to get a pear, a real pear. And then the pear, same with the stem. Okay. I'm going to put a vase here. It's going to be pretty big. So I'm just going to make straight over here and then curved toward the bottom. So I'm trying to do both sides at the same time so I can see if it's uneven, and I'll do it very lightly, a tiny bit curvy on the bottom. Okay, you just take it one step at a time. And of course, if it crosses, anything crosses through it, erase it, and the top would be a long, skinny oval. Okay, now I have to touch this up a little bit, but if I were going to have a flower, it goes down to the bottom of the oval. You're going to have to do the rest yourself because, well, you're going to make up the things you want to do. I'm just even making up a flower I don't even know. I'm not thinking of a certain flower. You can do that. There's leaves sticking out. Maybe there's something on the wall. Maybe there's a picture on the wall. Maybe it's a window. You have got to think and come up with things. Maybe you're inspired by one of the artists we looked at. Actually, I changed my mind. Well, not completely. I'm going to have a curtain behind the table like this, and that's how it gathers. Also, the table's not complete. I need something. Maybe a little glass. Okay, oval at the bottom. Letter U. And whenever there's an oval, whenever there's an opening that is from a cylinder, like a glass or a vase, it's a long, skinny oval. This vase is huge next to this. This must be a glass for a tiny little drink in it. Okay. And then maybe I'll make a basket or a little bowl over here. I need something. It's too empty. Oh, I'll make a little dish. One of those little appetizer dishes, right? Just an oval. And you can make a piece of cake or cookies or whatever you would like. Oh, I'm going to make a plate of cherries. Okay. Now, when you're coloring, you're going to use lights and darks, and you're going to blend the colors. We have done that before. We did it with other objects. And keep in mind colors that you blend. For example, a reddish apple could have orange in it and yellow. So the shiny part, I'm going to say the light is in front of my table, so everything bright will be in the upper front, you know what I mean. So then I'm going to put, for the apple, it's not going to be orange, but remember how we mix our own colors. So I'm putting a little light orange, and then it's going to be red, outline it in red, and then make sure it's darkest at the bottom, see? And the sides, when you color something round or cylindrical or spherical, is really how you say it, color in that same direction, okay? I'm going to put a little orange over the yellow, very lightly, and then more yellow. so it all blends. See, if I put yellow over the orange and red, it just helps to mix it and blend it. And there you go. So I'll do the same here with a green pear. I need a dark green to outline, remember? And also, you're going to have shadows on the tables. I know I'm skipping around, but I want to let you work on your own because you're all doing something a little different. This is not sharp, but if you watch what you're doing, and that's all you have, slowly you can put a little shadow on the table. Same here, same there, same there. Okay, so the green pear, the lighter colors first, and then the darkest at the bottom. And wouldn't you know that I cannot find a regular green. This is actually a greenish yellow or yellowish green. So yellow and blue makes green, right guys? So I could use a little blue for the dark parts. I will find a darker green though, and you will see this later after the video. Okay, so take your time. You don't have to finish it today. I want your best work, and decide how you want your still life to be.